Yeah, I thought the first two periods we played really, really well. We came out and executed very well. We pressured pucks, and I thought we had a lot of energy. And I was glad we were able to get a goal there to make it 1-1. And then I thought New Hampshire had a lot of pushback in the third. After we made it 2-1, I thought the 4-on-4 was kind of the turning point for me. They gained some momentum in that 4-on-4, and I thought they had a good push, but we were able to hold them off. And now that team, I know they've been struck by COVID, so it's a team that hasn't had many practices together. And I thought they had a lot of push in the third, and it was a great hockey game.
Okay, we'll start with Ian from UConn blog. And again, if you want to ask, just type in the chat or raise your hand. Okay, Ian, go ahead.
Coach, can you talk about that PK at the end, how big that was to get that, especially when they pulled the goalie in the last minute?
It was huge, and that's something that with this season, normally by now we'd have worked on that quite a bit, but because our practices have been so kind of disjointed and the games are every other night, it's not something we've worked a ton on. But I was glad we were able to get the time out and talk about it because it is certainly a unique situation in a hockey game when they pull a goalie in at 6-on-4, and I think Hudson Shandor won a lot of draws there for us down the end. That was big for us.
Let's go to Dan Connolly. Dan.
Both your goals came from defensemen tonight, and you haven't gotten a ton out of your defensemen scoring wise this season. So what did you see from both of those guys on those two goals?
It's 3 in the last 2 games, right? So yeah. Well, it's I'll give a lot of credit. They're working really hard with, Tyler Helton works with the defense, and they're working really hard on getting shots down in the net. I think that's a big thing. John Spetz made a nice move to get his puck down in the net, and we had traffic down there and got a bounce, and that happens. And then on Romans, he just jumped into the play and followed up. It was really smart play on his behalf. And again, I thought there was a lot of traffic in front of the net. So, but my hat's off to Robinson. I thought he played outstanding all night long.
All right, go ahead, Bob.
Mike, isn't it a fickle game of hockey? You get all those grade A chances, and then John's goal is a pinball goal to get you on the board.
And that's what you need sometimes, Bob. We talk about that all the time. You can't get frustrated. You have to just keep trusting with what you're doing and what your game plan is. And ours was, just keep getting pucks to the net and getting bodies to the net. And sure enough, it paid off. And I was glad for the team because we certainly got a big boost after that. I thought we had a chance to make it 2-1 right before the end of the second.
Dan, go ahead again.
Your fourth line today, you had 3 guys who haven't scored a point in college hockey, and then Gavin, who's making his collegiate debut, John, who's making his season debut. So what did you see from that line today?
I thought they gave us valuable minutes. I thought they played really well. They normally have not played, but I always tell the guys at the beginning of the year that if you're in this locker room, at some point you're going to be counted upon to help this team win hockey games. And tonight was one of those nights. We've had a couple situations with injuries and whatnot, and they stepped in and did a very, I think, admirable job.
Go ahead, Jerry.
Coach, congratulations on a big win. Blocking shots is kind of an art form in hockey, and guys like Brian Regali and Hudson Shandor in that last minute of play made big blocks for this game to help Thomas Fomash out.
It was huge. And they're both guys that it's the reason why they're on our penalty kill. Not only are they smart, quick players, but they're not afraid to get their body right in front in the shot lane and block shots. And it was huge down the stretch for sure.
And your defenseman, you mentioned, you kind of gave them kind of the green light, it seems. It's good for a defenseman on a large international surface. They're able to get a little more room to move. Did you kind of at some point just say, guys, go?
I think that's always been part of our repertoire. I just think sometimes it's the game doesn't dictate it, and tonight it did. There were opportunities for our defensemen to join the play, and they didn't force those opportunities. So I think you get in trouble when the D try to force offense. And tonight they just took what the opponent gave them and capitalized on it.
Last question is Thomas you talked the other day about wanting him to make the big save when he has the chance to have to do it. And boy, did he come up big on that play down the left wing. He stopped that kid. That was a really good save to come over and make it.
It was a great save, and he's been locked in, playing pretty well, and we're going to need him to do that all season long if we want to be one of the top echelon teams in the league. Jerry, who's winning the game? Notre Dame or Alabama?
They're trailing. Just to let you know.
We got time for one more. We'll go to Ian.
Coach, Cassidy Bowes was a scratch today. Is he healthy or there's an injury there?
He's healthy. It was a coach's decision today.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll let you go, Coach. Get on the road, and we'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Happy New Year, guys. Thanks.
Happy New Year, too.
Kev.
Thanks, Coach. See you tomorrow.
Here.